What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the next adventure. Come to you from the deserts of Colorado at this reservoir, which is actually very, very beautiful. Copper and I have been here for 2 nights, and today I've decided that we're rolling out this morning. A couple reasons. It's been hot, and all I've been doing is chasing shade and done a little bit of swimming to cool off, but there's really no need for me to be hot when I can just pack up and we can head over in the mountains that's just up north here. I've been there on my way back down to Colorado, so I know the elevation gets pretty high, so it should be nice and cool. I just talked to a local. He rolled up on his kayak and chatted with me for a little bit, and he said this is record heat for him, so that's interesting. He's like, if you could tough it out for the next couple days, the temperature will drop back down and we'll get some thunderstorms rolling through. He told me that after I already got packed up, but that's okay. I don't feel like chasing shade, and I know it's nice and cool just up over the hill here. So the other reason is you see, it's super dry. You see all that dust? I'm tired of the dust already. The dust gets everywhere, especially when you have a dog. I love to roll around in it. It makes the inside of the camper just get super filthy. Now I gotta find a laundromat and wash my bedding again. That's okay. We're gonna hook up FJ to the trailer and we're gonna crawl back up out of here. You probably can't tell on camera, but that's a pretty steep crawl. So come along with me and let's see where we end up. We're just cruising out real slow here, but the more I thought about it, I was like, well, it's probably a good thing that I packed up, because he said it was supposed to rain, and that hill that I just climbed out of, if it rained, I'm not so sure I could make it out. I'd have to wait for it to dry, which doesn't seem like it would take very long for it to dry, but yeah, better I don't get stuck. Less than an hour, and this is where I ended up. I'm the only one here. There's not a whole lot of places people can actually park nearby, and it seems like there's an active hiking trail maybe. On one of my maps it showed it. Yeah, nice little fire pit here, which there's fire ban, so can't have a fire anyways. I don't know what trail this is, but most likely we'll see some hikers. But I think this is where we're gonna stay for a little while. We're back in the trees. We went up 1,000 foot, so it's not crazy high up in elevation, but it's 76 degrees up here instead of 89. Check this out, this is pretty cool. Nice grassy meadow. Probably used to have water in it, or it does when it rains. It's supposed to storm some more, which is good for me, because I'm gonna have to collect some more water again. Smells really good out here. But I think I can make this home for the evening. Might have a chance to talk to some hikers that are hiking through. I might make this home for a few days. I'll probably stay here throughout the weekend, because I've learned don't move during the weekend. If you get a spot, stay there, because all the weekend people come out with their campers and they take up everything. This road is a little rough to get in on, so it takes, you know, a decent camper to be able to make it through. So probably won't have too much of an issue. Some vans might show up, but it's all right. Definitely seems like an active hiking trail. It's like groomed. It's kind of weird. It's not like, it's like a flat, maybe it used to be an old railroad line or something. Have to see if I can look up some history on this area. Well, hell, maybe we'll hike it. We'll get camp set up here and think about some food here after a while. Man, how beautiful is that? Look at all them colors. This will do. We're here nothing but 45 minutes. He's already buried himself an entire bone that he found somewhere. Looked like a leg bone of a deer or something. I don't think I could pass up this opportunity to change it up a little bit. We're busting back out the hammock. I'm gonna string it up here, I think right between these two trees, because it just seems perfect. Why not? So I decided, since I was up in that last camp, I don't know, a week or so, however long ago it was, that was 12,000 foot up, and I was stuck inside the camper for the evening because of the storms that came through and all the lightning. I had to hide. Well, I took my big camp stove in there, and that was a horrible idea. It was way too much. So that made me decide that I need to keep my jet boil at a ready inside the camper at all times. So if I get stuck in there, I can cook. I'm glad I'm figuring this out now. So basically, we're gonna do a practice run, and we're gonna fire this thing up, and we're gonna cook a little something to eat. We're just cooking what I have, and I don't have a whole lot because I haven't been to the store in a while. So I just have some Spam, egg, cheese, and on an English muffin here. So we're just gonna make basically a breakfast sandwich for lunch here, and we're gonna use this. So hopefully I still have all the pieces. I had to dig this out of an old tote. I know Spam gets a bad rap. Doesn't look appetizing. But the thing about it is it packs a ton of calories in a little package. And I find it to be rather good. Spam and taters, that's a delicious meal. Yeah, so I think this will be just fine. I'm gonna take one of my cupboards inside the camper. I have winter clothing in there right now. I never open it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all that out, put it somewhere else, and then turn it into a small pantry for when I'm locked inside. Sometimes you just don't want to get out and open the back. Well, wouldn't you know it, my SD card filled up on that camera. I sat back, I ate that Spam sandwich, which was super delicious. I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up. Then I'm just gonna kick back for a little while, enjoy the rest of this day, and we'll check in later. Well, I ate that food earlier, and it just kind of knocked me out. I haven't done anything this afternoon. I had plans on trying to clean up a little bit, get everything a little bit more organized, because I'm kind of in a disarray at the moment. Being in the desert there, everything got dirty, and it's kind of driving me crazy. But after I got this hammock set up, I kind of just been chilling in here, and not a whole lot's been going on. Copper's just been running around. It did thunder a little bit, a couple sprinkles, but it looks like there might be some clouds down there yet. Looks like it cleared out for the most part, which is good and bad because I could use the rain for some water. I need to try to catch some more water. It doesn't appear to be any water around here. I did talk to some people that pulled up, and there's a mountain back here that's called Mount Baker, which is kind of ironic because if you know anything about Washington, where I lived for the past 7 years, Mount Baker is pretty known up there. But I guess there's an old ski resort that used to be there, still some remnants of ski lifts and stuff like that. So I think we might hike to that in the next day or two, or tomorrow, or whenever we get the chance. We'll go check it out. But otherwise, I am going to bed down here. I've got Copper's bed set up right below me. I got a bucket sitting here just ready for if it starts to rain, I'm going to catch some water. I will check in the morning to give you just a quick update of how I slept in this thing, because I still to this day have not been able to sleep in this thing. If you watch my past videos, you understand why. It's not because I have a problem sleeping or anything. It's just circumstances that happened. But anyhow, I will see you in the morning. Well, I don't know if you can hear this, but it has become very, very windy. Sleeping pretty good. Copper actually sleeping pretty good underneath, but with this wind, he's kind of freaked out a little bit. So I'm gonna probably pull him up here just for a little while, see if he'll settle down, and then if not, I'll have to put him in the camper. The wind's shaking the trees that I'm attached to, rocking us pretty good, but I don't seem to mind it. It's kind of soothing. All right, I'm going back to sleep. Well, good morning. So last night was a pretty good sleep, actually. About halfway through the night, though, the wind really picked up and decided to whip these trees around like crazy. And Copper slept on his bed most of the night, other until the wind picked up, and that got him a little uneasy. So I put him at the foot of the hammock. He went right to sleep. So it worked out. Yeah, it was a pretty good sleep overall. Just enjoying some coffee here. I checked the weather this morning, and it appears that it's going to storm. I don't know what time though. I just saw that it's going to at some point. So I gotta get everything prepared, open up the awning, make sure it's strapped down good, and get ready to catch some water because I'm dangerously low on water and there's none near here. So I think that's gonna tie it up for this video. I appreciate you watching. If you like this sort of thing, feel free to follow along, and I'll catch you on the next one. On to the next adventure.